I read that any long cable, what it's going to do is create it's going to create a capacitance. So yeah, for high-speed circuits, open collector has a disadvantage. However, while the transistor can sink enough current to just discharge a capacitive load fast, think of a long wire, and we do have a very long wire. The pull-up resistor will make rising edges slower depending on the RC time circuit. So if you look at the the waveforms that we see in Yasref, the the rising part is curved. So I'll show you why that's happening. Now in normal case, right, if you look at this circuit, this is a basic open collector circuit, and you have input which is, let's say 1 volt peak to peak, and then you have your output across the collector, which is fine. Right now, if you introduce a long wire, is exactly where you would take the omni input right over here. See what happens, right? Look at this part. Well, I'll just reset it so you can see it again. Reset. So does that remind you of something? So it's almost the same waveform that we see over there, in Yasraf and every other set. So this is the capacitor charging, and this is it discharging. So at this discharge is going to zero, negative zero, because it's discharging till it's done. So obviously we cannot change the capacitance of the wire. So what we can do is we can reduce the resistance. If you make it 1K, look at the waveform now, right? Waveform's getting better. Let's reduce it further. Let's say 500. It's still getting better. You see that arc has already come back, and let's reduce it to 100. So you see now it's becoming even better. The waveform is getting much better, but you see the current over here, it's going to 250 milliamps. So that's the maximum to which we can go. We can do 250 milliamps because this preamp, the new preamp, right? Daniel Durbanmeter preamp, Emerson 1500, yeah. So the new preamps can do up to 250 milliamps, over there. So what we can do is we can reduce the resistance slowly and slowly until you get a better waveform, and I think this is going to solve the issue about the waveform. And nothing we can do about this capacitance. The only thing we can do about capacitance is reduce the gauge. I mean, choose a higher gauge. If you choose a higher gauge, again resistance will also increase. So we'll try a lower resistance, and I'm sure it will work. See, we've been using 2.2K so far. So if you use 2.2K, you see how the waveform is going to change abruptly. So that's what we have.